I know. It's also funny how your brain works sometimes.
Business issues for the Oakland Raiders and Josh Jacobs, who has the $10.1 million franchise tag that he has yet to accept. The Raiders reportedly are open to restarting talks with Josh Jacobs to get him to come back to camp. And the model is already out there.
Right.
The Saquon Barkley.
Exactly.
Let's give you an incentive package.
Right.
We'll give you a little more. You come have a big year, and you'll get an extra $909,000 like Saquon Barkley. Listen, I think this is, and this is another.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
It's not conspiracy theory. We've seen stuff like this happen.
But what is it?
This is the Raiders laying the foundation to remove the tender. They are going to, if he doesn't accept the 10-1, they're going to pull it. So this kind of thing sprinkles the earth with the idea that they're being reasonable. Don't get mad when we take away the $10.1 million for the guy that you want on the team, Raiders fans.
Right.
We tried.
Okay.
We've tried.
Right.
We wanted that. And he says no, and he says no. So he's the one that's being obstinate. He's the one that's being difficult. He's the one that you should be mad at, not us. We had to eventually move on, collect our $10.1 million, and spend it elsewhere.
Well, listen, I don't. I'm not going to say you're wrong with that thought. That's warranted. It definitely is. I get that. I think you and I are both of like, get into camp, get there, sign the damn.
You're in checkmate.
Right. There's nothing you can do.
Don't they knock the king over when you're in checkmate?
Yeah, they do. I don't play chess, but right.
Just knock the king over.
And
Josh Jacobs. The system sucks.
Yeah.
You've been taken advantage of.
Right.
You shouldn't have played running back. All that stuff. We're on your side. Go get your $10.1 million.
Right.
Tony Pollard made the smartest move by anyone, any team, any person this offseason by grabbing the 10-1 when he did in March.
Yeah.
Because it'd be gone by now if he had.
Yeah. No, I agreed. And I'm all in favor of that. And don't mess this up and sit out the year. And that's not going to do anybody good, especially you. I'm going to take. And this is why you and I are good. You know, you're frick, I'm frack, whatever. You're cold, I'm hot, right?
Man, anytime you start pronouncing words like that, I wonder why. Geez, that's too close, Regis Philbin.
But I take it more of, we've been in training camp for a few days, and we're not the same without Josh Jacobs. That would be also what I would glean into it, right? I don't think your glean is wrong.
What is it better to be frick or frack?
I don't know. I don't really know which one's which, right? But I also could take it to that. A little bit like we just hit with the Dallas Cowboys. I look at it and go, hey, we know there's a microscope on Josh McDaniels. There's going to be until he gets in the playoffs because of whatever. What happened in Denver, he's been an underling for Belichick. There's that narrative that those coaches never are great, whatever. So he's got it on him. And then we got Jimmy Garoppolo, who he hasn't practiced all year. He didn't practice much last year. So I'm sure he's rusty. I could certainly see them going, wait, we drafted Zamir White. He's not quite what we thought he was going to be. And, whoa, we're not the same team without 28 in here. And I wonder if that's starting to ring through the building a little bit to go, yeah, let's get him in here and maybe add some juice to the contract.
But here's the reality for the Raiders this year. You know how you like to say that the Texans are the only team in the AFC that has no chance to make the playoffs?
Second.
And, God, I hope they make it.
Yeah.
The Raiders are in that next
they're
cut.
The second one. I would agree with you.
When you consider the division they're in.
Right.
And with Garoppolo and just the very real possibility he gets injured again, and then it's Brian Hoyer at quarterback. When you're talking about the Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, if he turns it around division, they're going to get left in the dust with or without Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, they're not there yet. They're not. They're not. I actually had a conversation with a friend the other day. He was going, the Raiders, and I was like, I don't know. I think they're on the up and up, but I think we got to continue to give this time. The question I posed, I said, other than the pass rushers, tell me somebody else on the Raiders defense. I said that to my friend. And they went, oh, and I said, yeah, exactly, right. So they're not ready for prime time yet. If my friend who's a football fan, you can't name anybody on their defense other than Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. And so I think just from that basic principle right there, they're still in the process of building this thing to where they want. I've always been one, hey, the New England guys, you got to let it take some time, let their magic, their detail, their work all come together. But yes, I'm with you in the fact that Texans are candidate number one, where I'd say, yes, they're the only team in the AFC I'd cancel out of the playoff conversation. If I had to go to that next team, it probably would be the Raiders, Mike.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.